Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to answer which one is the better dividend stock to buy, Coca-Cola or AT&T. To answer the question, I'm going to look at their dividend yields, revenue, profitability, and valuation, and then finally let you know what I think is the better dividend stock to buy. So let's jump right in, starting with the dividend yield. AT&T offering a dividend yield of 7.54%, more than double that of Coca-Cola's 2.98% dividend yield. The next thing I wanted to look at is annual revenue, and I wanted to look at a few trends here, and namely what I noticed from AT&T and Coca-Cola is relatively flat revenue over the last decade, ending up where they started at during the decade. So Coca-Cola at 43 billion of annual revenue, AT&T with 120 billion. But along the way, there's been some changes, right? AT&T made some acquisitions, made an acquisition and a divestiture. Coca-Cola also making some acquisitions and divestitures, and so revenue jumps up and comes back down. But at the end of the decade, relatively flat, and I think it's very telling with these two dividend stocks. This is what you can expect from them for the next decade too, right? Coca-Cola and AT&T are not going to be fast-growing companies. In fact, if you're a dividend stock investor and you buy one of these two dividend stocks, you should be happy if these companies will grow revenue in the low single digits, 1 to 4%. In fact, if they grow 4% average over the next decade revenue growth at these profit margins, I think you should be happy. If I owned the stock and that's the revenue they delivered me, 4% growth over the next decade, I would be thrilled from these two companies, because revenue growth is not in the cards for them right now. They've saturated most of their market opportunities, and they're growing mostly on price increases and incremental customer growth. Okay. The next metric I wanted to look at is operating profit margin. And looking at this metric, Coca-Cola demonstrates its advantage here with its operating profit margin of 28.18%. But not only is it better than AT&T's 19.92%, but it's also showing an upward trend here as the company gets better at managing its business, cutting costs, becoming more effective, more efficient. Coca-Cola's operating profit margin is improving. So this is something you can continue to expect from Coca-Cola and AT&T. While you may not be able to expect very fast revenue growth from these two companies, you can expect continued efficiency improvements, lowering costs, improving profit margins over the next decade. Finally, I wanted to look at valuation to determine which one is the better dividend stock. Coca-Cola is trading at a forward price to earnings ratio of 21.4, while AT&T is trading at a forward price to earnings ratio of 5.924. So Coca-Cola is trading at a valuation that's more than 3 times as expensive as AT&T. Now, while I think Coca-Cola is a better business looking at its operating profit margin and its competitive advantages compared to AT&T, I don't think it's worth more than 3 times the valuation of AT&T. If Coca-Cola was trading somewhere around 12 to 15 price to earnings, I would say Coca-Cola would be the better dividend stock to buy. But comparing to AT&T at this valuation, I would say AT&T is the better dividend stock to buy right now. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.